Climbing doesn't have to be a chore or the part of the ride that you dread. Good technique combined with strength and fitness can make climbs manageable and almost enjoyable, definitely satisfying. So here are our top 5 tips to climb better. Number 1, correct gear selection. Like most times when riding the bike, it's really important to be in the right gear for whatever's coming up next. It's especially important with climbs. You don't want to be stuck in a really hard gear down at the bottom of the block when you come to a tricky part of the trail, or you come around the corner and there's a really short, steep hill. So make sure you try and select the right gear early. On the other end of the spectrum, if you're spinning a really easy gear, you're not going to get that good torque through the cranks and into that back wheel. You're also spinning quite choppy circles with your pedals, and that isn't going to give you good grip on the rear wheel. Tip number 2 is looking further ahead on the trail. This also helps with gear selection. On steep climbs, try and look 5 to 10 meters ahead so you can plan for changes of transition of the trail, change gear early and get in that right line. Number 3, power. Knowing when and how hard to put that power down through the pedals is really important. The fittest, strongest, most powerful climbers aren't always the fastest up the hill, because on mountain bikes you're often dealing with rough terrain. Quite often it's faster to power into a section, maybe a rock or a root, so that you carry that momentum in to get off the pedals, get over that obstacle and then get going again. So it's all about judging the timing and the technique of when to put the power to the floor. Moving on from what you're doing with the pedals onto your actual weight distribution on the bike. It's a balancing act of trying to keep the weight to the rear of the bike to keep that rear wheel driving and not slipping. But if you go too far back, it's dead easy for your front wheel to start rising off the floor. The best way of doing it is trying to stay seated on the saddle and lowering your chest to the bars to get that front wheel weighted slightly. But you may have to move your chest up and down depending on how much grip you've got. Number 5, and perhaps the most important tip for being a better climber, is simply being stronger and fitter. There's no easy way of doing this. It's all about a proper training schedule, and healthy diet also helps. That means that you'll have more energy on the climbs and it makes it easier to get over those obstacles. Also, the fitter you are on the climbs, the more energy you'll have on the descents and the more fun they'll be. So there you go, there's 5 tips to help your climbing, and hopefully it'll make it more satisfying and even enjoyable. If you want to see more videos, you can click up there for our top 5 descending tips, like I say, but in reverse really, or click down there for our fitness playlist. So get yourself fitter. And if you haven't already, just click in the middle to subscribe to GMBM.